Sure, I'll get things going. Yeah, Garrett, I know you had a pretty significant time here, have a good place in the club's history, but I'm sure you also have, NHL dreams still and would love to be, with an NHL club. So maybe it's a little bittersweet. So what does it mean for you to be back at a place you have so much history with?
Uh, Let me just say that I'm like super excited to be back here and have another opportunity to play here. I felt that my first go around with the Solar Bears was an opportunity where I found that I fell in love with playing hockey again down here. It just felt like there's less pressure and there's more appreciation for guys who go out and play as hard as they can each night, and that's just kind of like how I like to do things. So, when I had an opportunity to come back here, it was kind of a no-brainer for me. I was, obviously I'd hoped to sign a deal in NHL free agency, but it's just a weird time. And when that didn't work out, I figured, the best place for me is to go back somewhere where I felt, valued and appreciated. And I was able to play and have fun doing it.
Looks like we've got a question from Jamie Say, so let her take that one.
Yep. Garrett, it's good to see you. Welcome back. Just how much did that trust factor with the folks who are in place here, Drake and working with him and everything like that, factor into your decision to sign here?
I would say trust is everything for me at this point. You go through pro hockey and you play a few years and you realize how important it is to have a supportive, stable environment where you can continue to work on your game, and you're going to have good people around you to push and support you. And Drake's been nothing but awesome to me since I even kind of suggested the idea of me coming back. He's kind of welcomed me with absolute open arms, and I know they had a good team here last year, and I don't want like me returning here to kind of distract in any way from like what this team's already been doing. I just want to help.
I guess to follow up then, you said you don't want to be a distraction, but in what ways do you want to help the team though?
I think that I've been through a lot in pro hockey since I was here last time, and 5 years experience in any job, you can bring it back to where you're at, and you can put it to work for you. You can put it to use. It's been fun, meeting the guys and getting to know everybody, and their unique like ties to your career, and like people that they've crossed paths with, and now you get to be in the room with them. And it's really interesting to come back and be able to show like what it's like like what you do on a daily basis to be as good as you can be. And I think that I don't want to talk a lot. I just want to go on the ice and play my game and take care of business off the ice too.
Looks like we've got a question from Pat once again, so let me enable him.
Garrett, life's weird right now, obviously, for all of us. I'm doing a Zoom from my little daughter's bedroom, so that kind of speaks to it, right?
There's usually easier ways to do this stuff, but
for sure. So, what was it like for you last year playing during the pandemic, going through the AHL shutdown, and how did that kind of affect you?
It was tough. I had a pretty challenging November and December in the AHL. I'm pretty sure that I came down with coronavirus in December, and kind of like before anybody knew anything about it, and just kind of played through it and did what any hockey player would do, just try to make the most of it. And it was tough. It affected me physically. It took a lot of energy out of me, and I figured I felt like by the time things shut down, I was really just starting to find my game again, and I was really heating up, and it was kind of a buzzkill because I'd really felt like I'd done a lot to start to feel good about my game again, and then everything shut down. So, everything restarted with the bubble, and I was at home, and I had an opportunity to go, and I just felt like I was doing so much more good for myself being at home and training and being with my family, and just being somewhere grounded and stable during such like an uncertain time. And it, I watched that entire bubble playoff series, and I sat there and I thought, like, I really should be there. But I really do think that I did more for myself personally and professionally by taking the time to like reinvest in my body and treating, the coronavirus, confusion as an opportunity to train and, retool for probably the next 10 years of your career. You'll never get another opportunity like that. So it's all about like perspective and like what you do with the time you have.
Just to follow up on that, so what do you expect from this season, as we're still in the pandemic and they've kind of adjusted the league a little bit to kind of cater to it?
I don't expect anything. I'm going to prepare for anything. You know what I mean? You can't have an expectation of what tomorrow is going to be at this point, because when this whole thing started, like, I thought I was playing a game the next day, and then I didn't play a hockey game for 9 months. So it's like, it kind of happened quickly and things shut down quickly. And, I just try to get up in the morning and do everything I can during my day to, advance myself.
Looks like we got another question from Jamie.
Yeah, Garret, just it sounds like you were probably pretty sick last December then. Like how sick were you, and how are you feeling right now? And if you're 100% healthy, I mean, just does that add to, I guess, your attitude coming back to the ice? Are you just going to embrace every moment that you get out there because last year was so rough?
Yeah, I would say that, I let a good opportunity slip last year, focusing a little bit too much on maybe how tough things were. And, I am really, like, every time I step on the ice, I'm just trying to enjoy it at this point. I think that that's why we play hockey, is because we want to have fun and enjoy it. And I know it's a job, and I know you're trying to be great, but I feel that I'm a better goalie when I'm enjoying it. So, I think it's just super important for me to, like I said, take it day by day and not really have expectations, but just show up and work and put in my work and not worry so much about, things that I just really don't have control over.
Looks like we have Pat here as well.
Yeah, this question's for Drake. Drake, I guess I'll just start with, what does it mean for you to have Garret back in town here, and how did this deal come about, and how does it affect the team?
I think it's a great thing. Anytime you can get a player of his caliber on the ice, it's fantastic. And I've kind of gotten to get to know him a little bit with phone calls and the last couple of days, and he seems like a tremendous human being. And if he can bring that, then hopefully it'll rub off on all the guys. And they'll have fun with him. I think he brings that element. So, we're looking for different personalities, and his is, his is great. And I think it's going to be infectious. And I'm hoping that the guys realize that, it's a great opportunity to play in front of a great goalie. So hopefully we'll start off real strong.
And just to follow up, talking about, the season more in general, I asked Garret, what do you expect from this year, if you can expect anything at all?
From Garret?
Muted myself. What do you expect from just the year in general? Obviously, we are still in a pandemic here now as we enter 2021.
I think the league and our organization has done such a great job. I think we're trying to build a small little bubble around us. We're trying not to go outside of that bubble. And, I think if everyone takes it seriously and realizes the severity of the virus and how it affects everybody, if we do take it seriously and everybody adheres to the rules, I'm hoping we can get in the full 72 games.
And just in the little bit of training camp you've done so far, what has it meant to everybody as the team just to be back out there playing hockey again?
I think it's huge. You look at the rest of the country, everybody's shutting down, and we're out on the ice able to play a game that we love and earn some money doing it as well. So I hope everybody does appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's so nice to be back in the office. It's unbelievable to be on the ice coaching these kids again, and I'm having a blast. It's something we all love doing, and hopefully, like I said, we'll be able to have a good start and carry out throughout the season.
Jamie, we'll flip it over to you.
All right, sounds good. This question's for Garrett, but Drake, it's good to see you.
Thank
Glad
you.
you're feeling better and all that good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah. So today is day one of practice for you with the team.
Yeah.
Did you guys already get on the ice and you're done, or?
Yeah, we had 2 sessions today. We're in a split group. All 3 goalies were on the ice for both sessions, and it's really nice. I actually got an opportunity to play with Clint briefly with the Marlies when he got called up from school to join us. And it's pretty funny. He had some pretty intense pads for his school, and I let him use a set of my Toronto pads that were all blue, just so that he looked better in the jersey. And, when I walked in, he was like, "Thanks for letting me use those pads when I was in Toronto, man. Like, I looked so much better with my jersey and, everything." And I was like, "Hey, this is kind of your team now. You were running it last year. Like, I want to see how you do it. And like, show me something." You know what I mean? I think he's a great goalie, and I like that I have somebody like that here to work with. And then we also have Michael Lackey, who I know he's a U.S. kid, and he's a bit younger than me, and he went the college route. And, I've followed him a little bit through his young career, and, he's a big body, and I think he could be a great goalie too at the pro level. He's just, he's young, and he's going to learn a lot of things along the way. And I think it's cool to be a part of that tandem and try to, bring whatever I know to the table. And then also, one of my favorite things is being able to learn from your goalie partners. So, I've had some great partners over the years, and I think this is a situation where, we have 3 guys kind of supporting each other how you'd like to see. And I think that that's going to take us further.
My last question for you is, I'm just wondering, do you remember anything about the fan base? I mean, it's a very loyal group. They love you guys.
Do I remember anything about the fan base? Yeah, I remember I had 11,000 people in the Amway Center on a Saturday night, and we were losing 3-1 to Gwinnett, and we needed to win the game to make the playoffs. And I tried to fight Mark Guggenberger at center ice, and that building has never been louder. And we came back and won that game 4-3, and I was like, I've never seen the fans make such a difference in a hockey game, because they were, we gave them nothing for 2 periods, and they were asleep. And then as soon as we started playing hockey, they were back in it. Like, I've never seen anything like it. It was the fans won that game. There's nothing like the hockey fans in Orlando. The All-Star game was an incredible moment back in 2015. And, it's just the fans are what makes playing hockey down here so fun. It's great going to the rink and having it be warm and sunny. But really what it's about is stepping on the ice and feeling the electricity of the fans from warm-ups all the way through. I really think that.
Awesome.
I know we're not going to have all the fans, we're not going to have 11,000 fans, but I know the people that show up are going to support us.
Anyone else have any other additional questions for either Garrett or for Drake?
You guys mind if I jump in real quick?
Mike, by all means, feel free.
Garrett, I guess first off, just in terms of how you're viewing the opportunity here, obviously it was mentioned earlier, kind of looking to hopefully get back to the NHL down the road. I guess with the juxtaposition of when the ECHL starts and when the AHL starts, is it kind of a good opportunity for you to kind of show what you can do and kind of showcase your skills here?
I just think that times have been different, and I'm a guy that loves playing hockey, and I haven't been able to play hockey in 9 months, and I'm here to play hockey, and I'm not thinking about what my next opportunity is going to be. This is my opportunity, and I'm gonna enjoy this. And like your career, it's fragile. One day you're on top, the next day, you're in the gutter, and you have to enjoy the moments that you have, and you never know when it's your last time. So I'm just trying to enjoy it.
Yeah, kind of a condensed group of teams this year as well, so the level of play is going to be a little bit higher than ordinarily it might be.
For sure. This isn't the ECHL right now. Like, just the level of the guys at camp and what they're bringing and their desire to make this team, you can tell that we have a lot of high-end skill in here, and we're going to be a good team.
Drake, I guess just for you, my last question would be, how significant is it for your group to be able to add a goaltender of Garrett's caliber this late in the game?
Oh, it's huge. Anytime you can do that, it's big for the team. I think our goaltending has been really good, and that it breeds confidence with the players. And when the players heard that he was signing here again, they were excited. They're excited to play in front of our goalies. So they like them all. They're good in the room. So it's a real bonus for us and for our organization to have a player of his caliber come back. And he's a pretty modest guy, but we're thrilled to have him, and we're excited. And I think it'll be good for everybody to learn from each other and grow. And if everybody does that, everybody will get the opportunity to get to the next level again.
And I think I saw a question from Pat. Let me get you there, Pat.
Yeah, Drake, Garrett just mentioned this isn't the ECHL right now. I think you speak into the talent level. I guess could you elaborate on that point, if you agree or disagree, and what makes it different right now?
Well, I think the players that I've signed from the East Coast League, we look for a lot more scoring ability this year. So I think we definitely address that issue, because last year we had some problems scoring goals at times. And then with the guys coming down from the American League, they add so much as well. And hopefully, like I said, for us, maybe we'll have them for a while. We'll not, but we're looking forward to having them for as long as we can. And we want to get everybody as an organization. We want everybody to move up to that next level. That's everyone's dream. I was fortunate enough to live the dream for 13 years, and it's my job to help these guys get to the next level. And I think from what I've seen so far, and it's only been 2 days, it's going to be a close group, and they're going to help push each other and compete and practice. And I think they're going to enjoy seeing the success of one another, which is a great thing to be able to say as a coach.
And I just want to ask, Garrett told his story about feeling like he had coronavirus, and how has it affected you? Any stories that you could tell?
Well, I had it. I was in the hospital for 7 or 8 days, so it's I'm still recovering from it. It's an awful disease, an awful virus. It's not something I would wish upon anybody. It attacked my lungs, and it was a long process to finally get it out of my system. But every day I'm feeling better, and hopefully it'll keep going that way. And when our guys go out on the ice and they win some games, I'm sure that'll make me feel better every night as well.
It's good to hear you're doing better. I must have missed that. So you can see I got a little shiner. I'm doing a little concussion hockey injury myself. So when was that? When were you dealing with that? How long did it last?
Well, I got diagnosed on Halloween, so the 31st of October, and then I think I was admitted into the hospital for 4 days after that. I went to the hospital because I thought I had it. They gave me some IV stuff. I felt better. I thought I was over it. I thought it was only going to be a couple of days. I had the fever, and that all left me. And then all of a sudden it reared its ugly head again. And maybe 3 days later, I went back to the hospital, and I was admitted and put on all the I call them the Trump drugs, and it worked. It helped me, and thank God I had the people at the hospital, the nurses, the doctors, there to help and support me through the times, because I wasn't allowed to see anybody. I was in isolation for 7 or 8 days, and the hospital was awesome.